All right, Jimmy, thank you for your patience. First things first, no such thing as a good deal on the wrong vehicle. Tell me about the Explorer that you drove.
Man,
What did you love?
I think it's gonna do well with my family. I like the color, but as I told you before, I'm shopping around, so hopefully this is the right vehicle for me.
We need to make sure it's the right vehicle. Right color?
It's all gonna come down to the price, Steve.
Okay, so, well, the price is the easiest part of my job. The vehicle's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, a couple things I want you to remember. When you factor in, when you look at the monthly payment, and you need to factor this in, remember, for the next 3 years, 36,000 miles, something breaks, somebody else pays for the repair.
Mm-hmm.
Something big breaks over the next 5 years, 60,000 miles, somebody else pays for the repair because you've got that sort of powertrain warranty. What's the roadside assistance, 336?
560.
Next 5 years, 60,000 miles, roadside assistance. Somebody else pays for it. Next 3 years, oil changes, tire rotations. You don't pay for those. How many tire rotations and oil changes will we get over the next 3 years? 4. It's going to be about $240 worth of maintenance we're going to pay for. Okay, why are we doing that? We think if you get used to using our service department and we pay for it, it's basically a bribe. You're going to keep on using it. Sirius Radio. Okay, first 3 months on somebody else. What did I tell you could do with this vehicle if during the first 3 days you decided it wasn't the right vehicle for you?
Could exchange it.
You could exchange it. All right, just don't put more than 300 miles on the odometer. Additional miles, don't run into anything. But the best thing of all, look, you shopped hard before you got here. Our pre-discounted price had to be terrific or you wouldn't be here. But what did I tell you that you could do if you did find the same vehicle, and you know you can, if you found the same vehicle with the same benefits anywhere else on this planet, advertised for a lower price than you pay us? What did I tell you we'd do?
Can refund me the difference.
So I made it impossible for you to pay too much for this Explorer. Okay? All right, here is the opportunity. There was the market price, $52,000 and change. Now, what did we discount it to get you here? $11,302. All right, that's what it took to get you here. We had a conversation about this an hour and a half ago. What you used to have to fight for, we now have to serve you up on a silver platter, or you don't get here. Now, your trade-in, we love it. We're going to buy it for $10,200, but that's not all, because another $306 are coming your way via the tax credit you get for trading it in. After your taxes and fees and your payoff, you're going to finance a little over $55,000, and here are your choices. Now, let's talk about cash here for a second. I don't know who wrote this deal up, but they wrote it up very, very poorly. Most of our customers, all right, on a $50,000 vehicle are going to put somewhere between 20 and 25% down. That's going to be $10,000 to $15,000. Now, why do they want to do that? Well, they want to put $10,000 to $15,000 down to lower the balance to finance. Why do they want to do that? Well, I'm going to guess a lower payment would be preferred to a higher payment, right? You'd like to save some money on finance charges? Well, this is zero finance.
No, not in this one.
Use. Is used.
It's a pre-owned.
Oh, okay, okay. You want to save some money?
Right.
Okay, the smaller the balance finance, whether you borrow it from Ford Motor Credit or your Aunt Millie, the fewer finance charges you pay, the more money you put down, the better opportunity you have to shorten the term, which saves you even more money. When you shorten the term, lower the balance of finance, you have the freedom to trade or sell it sooner if you so desire. And when you do all of the above, you get the dream payment faster, which is zero. So, taking into consideration these three pitiful amounts right here, how much more could you put down than $5,000?
No more than that, Steve.
Okay.
I already told you.
Not a problem. All right. Then here are your choices. At 36 months, again, you pay it off sooner, you pay fewer finance charges, you build equity faster, so you have the freedom to trade or sell sooner. All cool stuff, but it's a high payment. Right there, way more comfortable, way more flexible, because you can pay it off in your own time frame. No prepayment penalty. And right there's the best of both worlds. Put a check mark by the payment that works best for you. Okay, that down there so I can get your new Explorer ready for delivery.
Now, I thought, Steven, I told you I wanted a great deal. And this does not look like a good deal to me.
Okay.
Now I need you to do a little bit better. So why don't you just go back to your manager and then give me the best numbers you got right at the moment.
Okay. That's your discount, okay? That's what brought you here. Now look, you're doing what you've always done, Jimmy, when you bought cars, okay? Every time you've ever bought a car, we talked about this a little bit ago, you had to fight with the dealership to get a good discount and your best price, right? Back and forth, back and forth. Wizard of Oz back over there. Salesman is sort of the go-between. What did I tell you we had to do to get you here today? Because we weren't the only website you checked out,
Not at all.
correct? Had we not been among the best prices you saw, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, would we? But you're doing what you've always had to do in the past. I get that. Now, I promised you two things, Jimmy. I promised you that this would be a pleasant purchase experience, didn't I?
Absolutely.
Have we had a pretty good time?
Yeah, I think so.
I also promised you it would be the fastest purchase experience of your life, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
You are slowing us down, my man. I need your okay right there.
Steve, I love your attitude, my man, but look, you got to give me a little bit more for my trade. I mean, I know there's a little bit more room. Dealers always got a little bit more room. I think you can do a little bit better than that.
Okay. Look, what I can do right now, and I'm more than willing to do it, it's going to take about 8 minutes to do this, but I'm going to put your vehicle into KBB.
Okay.
All right? And then I'm going to hit the little button that says, get your instant cash offer. And the reason it takes 8 minutes is when someone pulls out their checkbook. I mean, we've pulled out our checkbook here. We're willing to pay you $10,200 for it. I'm willing to do this and let KBB bid against us. One of three things will happen, Jimmy. They'll bid so much more than we can pay for it. I'll tell you where to go to get the check, okay? Second thing is they'll bid a little bit more than we've put in it. And you know what? We'd have to step up our game. And thirdly, you'll find out that they won't bid any more at all. In fact, they might bid just a little bit less than we did, and that would really cement in your mind it's a good deal, right?
Right.
Okay. And by the way, at this point in time, I would go to KBB and hit the instant cash offer. Have you guys use this at all?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm going to guess it's going to come out somewhere between $1,500 to $2,000 less than what you guys are willing to pay for it. I've done this hundreds of times. So, in that particular case, you're going to find out that this is the best deal. So I need you to pick one of these two payments. Keep going.
Steve,
Okay?
you drive a hard bargain, my man, but I'm telling you, I know for a fact that you guys have at least another $5,000 to give me off. Every dealer does.
Okay.
I bought many cars, Steve. I know you can do better than that.
Okay. So you think that we would have a total of $16,000 markup, all right? Well, Jimmy, we don't, okay? However, how would a price of, instead of you paying $41,000, which is like an $11,000 discount, how about a price of maybe $38,000? Does that sound better to you?
We're getting close, Steve. We're getting
Okay.
close.
Jimmy, I can find an Explorer out there for $38,000. It's just not going to be equipped like this Explorer. Now tell me all the things on this Explorer that you told me were must-haves.
I mean, everything about it, Steve, from the color to the ST, the sunroof, and the features. I think this is the vehicle I really do want.
You know what? That makes the $3,000 difference. Now you're going to finance this for 60 months, right?
Right.
Okay? That means we're talking $50 a month for you to drive the vehicle of your dreams versus just settling for a vehicle. But you know what? It's not even $50 a month. Because of the way this is equipped, you're going to get 40 to 50% of that back when you trade or sell it just based on the equipment. So it's going to be literally about 25. It's less than $1 a day. I can't stand it. You're not looking at another vehicle. Now go ahead and put a check mark by one of these payments and okay that right there.
You know what, Steve? Let's go with this option right here.
Okay.
So,
I cannot stand it. I like that.
No, by the way, are we doing him a favor?
We are.
Is this a good deal?
Great deal.
The customer doesn't always recognize it though, do
Not
they?
at all. Never.
No, that's why you have to help them see it. Bless the customer's heart. They're just doing what we've taught them to do.
16 years.
Okay, we three, between Chris and Fady and I, we've created the problems that people have today because our first offer was never our best offer, was it? Back in the day. No, we had huge markups on new cars. We had huge markups on used cars. Customers started low, we started high. We'd meet in the middle. They'd get a discount. They'd be happy. We'd make a little gross profit. We'd be happy. Off we'd go. Took about 4 or 5 hours to buy a car, but that's the way we did it. We don't do it that way anymore. Are your new car prices, Fady, discounted on the website?
Very strong.
Are your used car prices discounted?
Yes, sir.
You know what? It's a good deal. It brought them in here, but the customer doesn't remember that. They don't understand new dealer pricing. That's why you have to treat the price objections as just complaints. I mean, smile at them. I mean, have fun with them. I'm not going to let you drive another Explorer that's not equipped the way you deserve to have it equipped. It's less than $1 a day. I went through a number of different closes there. I went through reduced to the ridiculous. I used the payment close. I used the premium equipment close. Do you have to close the customer more than once?
Yes.
Okay. What percentage of your deals are first pencil closes?
Very few.
Very few?
Yeah, I wouldn't say
That surprises me is because all three of these guys presented well.
The ones that Daniel got.